Hello everybody, my name is Joshua Fekes Quest. It's been a while, hasn't it? We had the holidays, we had New Year. Hope your holidays and New Year were great. Getting back into a routine. Want to make news updates a little bit more of a routine. Gonna try to do these a little bit more often, maybe once a week, because there's so much news floating around in the collegiate esports scene that a lot of it goes unaccounted for. A lot of it doesn't get reported on. You see ESPN, and you may have seen the power rankings. Obviously, they're taking a little bit of a note of what's going on in collegiate esports, but I still don't feel like any of it's really reported on as much as it should be. That's why I want to be here. I have 3 news pieces today, 2 of them about players, 1 of them about a rather large college offering scholarships next fall. So let's go and get right onto it. First piece of news comes via Twitter, that being for League of Legends and having to do with Collegiate College, because over the winter break they found a new jungler, that being in former professional player Joshua Nintendo X Atkins. Some of you may remember him from Echo Fox Academy, but he actually has a career that dates a little bit further back, a few years back, going all the way to the inaugural LCS. I don't even remember if it was called the LCS at the time, but he was on Good Game University and moving over to Team Coast. They kind of are the same team. There's a buyout there, but again, recently, he's been on Echo Fox Academy. Now, with that being said, he's primarily known as a jungler, but on Echo Fox for the last season, he's been practicing, in that position as a top laner. So he's going back to Columbia College. He hasn't been there yet. He's going to Columbia College, back to the jungle. So maybe a little bit more comfort for him. He's been fielding positions for professional teams the entire off season. Hasn't panned out for him, but collegiate, it's always there for you now, especially now because there's so many scholarships. Columbia College being one of them that offers them. He decided to take a position there, and Columbia College, as you know, is one of the more prolific League of Legends teams in the collegiate esports circuit. So he has a good spot, and Columbia College, they definitely have a bigger power player in that jungle now. This second piece of news also coming via Twitter, and this one having to do with Overwatch. Relatively big news because a former professional player from Philly Fusion, Joe Meister, he is stepping back from professional play and going to be the head coach for the Overwatch team at Harrisburg University. Harrisburg University is a relatively new team, but they have a strong roster. They debuted back in HughFest, coming in second, taking Maryville. I think it was to the last map, which is a pretty big feat because Maryville came in being touted as one of the best collegiate Overwatch teams in the United States. And while Maryville University did win, it was kind of a Rocky story where, Rocky doesn't really win, but he goes all the way, goes the distance, that sort of thing. That's kind of what happened with Harrisburg University. And you have to wonder if they had a coach with professional background, heading their team, might have a different result, because again, without that coach, without that professional coach, I should say, they took that juggernaut Maryville University all the way to the end, and should be a pretty big gain for them over in Harrisburg University. Should have a bright future coming up. And finally, the last piece of news, this one actually coming from a radio show over in Columbia, Missouri, 1400 KFRU, The Closers. The Closers is the name of the show, and one of the hosts, Jay Sparks, tipped me off on this one. This is actually really huge. University of Missouri, which is a neighbor to Columbia College, one we just mentioned, they are looking to get into esports next fall. And that is huge because if I'm correct on this one, they're going to be the largest school embracing esports thus far. Boise State, they were, I mean, they are a large school, but University of Missouri, they're a little bit larger than Boise State, and they're going to be offering 25 scholarships next fall. That is going to be 10 League of Legends scholarships and 15 Overwatch scholarships, and that's going to shake up a lot of the landscape for both Overwatch and League of Legends. So pretty big entry into the collegiate, I guess the collegiate circuit, the collegiate scene next fall. And if you would like more information on their Overwatch or League of Legends program, you can email them at esports@missouri.edu. And again, earlier the better. Next fall, that's the time they're going to be launching their team. So good luck to everyone who applies, and that's going to be really interesting to keep up with. Thank you very much for joining me. I should be making more of these in the future. Like I said, not going to be reported on every little thing, but if I think it matters, if I think it's big enough, definitely going to hit you up on the YouTube, on the Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow me at PHEQES. You can also follow Starleague at Starleague. But for now, my name is Joshua Fekes Quest. Thank you very much. See you next time.